welcome to another episode of The Latest with Maya. Today, I am very excited to be having a conversation with musician Small Boss. Thank you so much for calling and for being on my show. I am very excited to be talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk.
Yeah, so my first question for you is, do you have a specific process when you are writing your songs?
Yeah, I think I do. It's probably a little unconventional for some people. I don't really write a lot of it down. I just kind of like listen to the music. And everything starts with a beat for me. So usually I'm in the room, we're making a beat from scratch. Once we find something that we kind of like, um, it's pretty quick once I hear like a melody that I like, where I start to just kind of hum something that makes sense. It kind of sounds like it could be a words, but it's not really words yet. And then once I have that melody in my head, I start to figure out, okay, this is what I want to say. Or sometimes I might walk in with an idea of something that I want to say on the track, but generally try and fit it into the context of the melody. So it'll be, it'll go from a hum to kind of a mumble to okay, here's this line. And then once we're in there, then I'm writing it down, or someone else in the room is writing it down for me, so we don't forget it. But it all starts up here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Huh. So your upcoming song, Therapy, is already one of my favorite songs.
I
Can you
love that.
explain the story behind it?
Yeah. So it's kind of like a multi-layered story. I have OCD. I was diagnosed with OCD in 2020, right around the time of COVID. And I didn't even really tell anybody. I just kind of kept it to myself at first. I didn't really know how to process that information, so I just kind of tried to continue living my life without letting anyone know. That was difficult, but um, a lot of things were happening during my life during that time. Obviously, everyone had a lot of things going on during that time, so that is kind of where the origins of the idea started. Okay, like I'm dealing with this thing and I don't know how to really process it. But throughout that time, I was working on an album with my producer that I've worked with for a long time, Billy Childs, and we had we've written about the entire album at that point, um, over the course of like a few months, and we scheduled this session with some of our friends at N Rose. They're a band here from New York. Gabby Rose is like the front woman in the band, and so we had her, and Jake Navarro is also a member of the band, and together we came into the studio. I was really excited. I was really looking forward to that day for a long time, and we finally got there. And my friend Jake, he's playing a sick guitar lick in the corner, and Gabby's on the keyboard, and she's laying down like a really cool, you know, um, lead on the keyboard. And my friend Billy, he's over there on the computer, and he's laying down a great beat, a drum beat. And I was in the corner just freaking out. Like my OCD was just getting the best of me in that moment. I was really just like panicking. I don't even know why, but I just like took a look around in the room, and I was like, this is everything you ever wanted, man. Like you have like a room full of dope musicians. They're here right now to write a song for you for your album. Like this is literally, it's a beautiful day out. This is everything you ever wanted. And I was just like, not today. Today is going to be a good day. And as soon as I thought that in my brain, I just like the entire line for the chorus just popped into my head, like I was explaining earlier. So like it was not even like a split second later. I just blurted it out. It's gonna be a good day. I already know. I feel it in my bones, way down to my soul. And the whole room looked up and they're like, "That's it right there. That's the song, man." And so we recorded it, and I kind of laughed. I was like, I don't know, is this kind of like corny? But I was like, nah, I really feel this. Like this is right. So we recorded the song, And then we sent it out to some people that we were working with behind the scenes, and they really loved the song, and it just kind of grew legs, and we were working on it. We kept on working on it to perfect it, and we brought in some of like the best producers and mixing and mastering engineers to like really perfect the song. And that song, Good Day, came out. It's on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Is out everywhere right now. And that song basically changed my life. Like the moment that I decided to fight back against my OCD changed my entire life. And I traveled the whole country off the strength of that song just last year. And I met a bunch of amazing people, and that brought me to California for the first time. And when I was in Los Angeles, I met a new production team. And when I was in the studio with them, they asked me, well, and this was like one of the most accomplished producers I've ever worked with, literally like multi-diamond, worked with some of the best artists and like my favorite songs I've ever written. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. And he said to me, if you could only say one thing, what would you say? And I just thought, like, I really need to tell people who are like going through the same thing as me. Like, I need them to know that like fighting back against your OCD could change your life, because that's what happened to me. So then he played me a beat, and I was just like, all these feelings in my mind trying to bury me. I think I need therapy. And actually, even before that, I said, I was just thinking about this for a few weeks leading up to this, like, F you to my OCD, I let go of my anxiety. So I just had that line. And then like it just kind of came together. And in a matter of like 4 hours, the song was born. And that was my message to the world.
Wow. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, someone who struggles with OCD myself, this song really already it means the world to me, and I can't wait for it to come out.
I'm so happy to hear that. That really makes me feel like so good, because like I said, I was struggling with this for by myself for a really long time. I think the producers in the room were maybe the first people who I openly had talked about having OCD with. And then after making this song, I've been like blessed to meet like people like you and so many amazing people in our community, and just like have felt like just fighting back against my OCD, making this song. I didn't know how much it was going to reach people, and then to see how much it's made an impact on other people's lives, it's really been an amazing experience, and it's truthfully helped my journey with OCD so much more than you guys probably realize.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Um, yeah, so you started your own record label, Black
I
Tie
did.
Records. What made you want to start your own label, and what is the biggest challenge that you've experienced with that?
I started my record label in high school when I was um 16 years old. I was just like, me and my friends, we were making music, and I just was like, I really just like, I always had a passion for music and music industry. I love the music industry like more than a lot of artists that I meet. I have a profound like understanding. I've spent the last 15 years of my life like just absorbing as much information and listening to every interview. I went to school for music industry, and I got A's in all my music business classes. And then I dropped out of college, and I was like, I need to just start my record label today. And I literally went and I incorporated my record label like that next week on my 18th birthday. I incorporated my record label. And I would say 7 years later, we signed a deal with Sony Music to distribute the label, and that was a huge step for us. And it was, the greatest challenge I think was, it's hard when you do something so ambitious. A lot of people don't necessarily understand what you're trying to do when you first start, and I'm sure you can understand that, like, because like you're doing something that's so different than most people, and a lot of people don't understand like what exactly it is that you're trying to do. So it's hard to explain to people, and it's even harder to deal with like the idea that they don't understand, and that for a long time they're not going to understand. But you have to be persistent, and you have to have the determination and the faith to keep going and believing in something. And that's what Black Tie Records has been for me. It's been something that I never lost faith in, even to this day. And we are having some like organizational changes that are coming, some exciting things that we're making some new strides, and we're opening a new chapter for Black Tie and for me as an artist. But it is something that I have a passion about. It's something I don't think I'll ever lose sight of, because I truthfully just want a place I want Black Tie to be a place that is like a cornerstone of hip hop and pop music and R&B, and a place where we truly believe in artist development and providing the resources for artists and empowering creatives to do something amazing, and without any like negativity, full positivity, full belief, full faith in the power of positivity, and just being yourself. And I that's what I always say. If you just be yourself, and you speak from right here, then I don't believe that you could fail.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So is there a song that you consider to be the gold standard for great writing and storytelling?
That is a great question. I mean, one particular, so it's so hard for me. Everyone always asks. I know that you've tuned into several of my live streams. It's a question that I get almost every day. Someone asks me what my favorite song is. It's so difficult for me, but like, songwriting to me is such a spectrum. The first person that comes to mind as like an incredible songwriter who inspires me every day is Jay-Z. And I feel like so many of his songs have done exactly that, are the gold standard for songwriting. Speaking of his journey, from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn to the highest levels of society, that's an inspiration. But also, I think like I kind of just like, I don't idolize people, but I have a lot of role models, and Jay-Z is definitely one of them. But also like Paul McCartney, in terms of pop music, I think he's one of the greatest pop music writers of all time. He inspires me every day. I think Taylor Swift is one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, and she inspires me every day. 50 Cent inspired me. He was the first artist to inspire me to like write a rap song, and like his first two albums inspired me. To this day, I still listen to them multiple times a week. I think anyone who, like I said just earlier, like who speaks from the heart, people who like truthfully are giving it to you raw, and they're not holding back, they're not trying to sugarcoat things, or maybe they are trying to sugarcoat things, but there's a true underlying message. I actually appreciate that. Even if it is like, I'm gonna sugarcoat this very hard message, kind of like what I did with therapy, because it's a serious message wrapped in a pop song. So I think that like those kind of things are what inspire me. And if you hear my songs, any of my songs, there's always, um, I believe, a deeper meaning.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Um, so who has had the biggest impact on you professionally, and who has had the biggest impact on you as a person?
Professionally, I mean, I've had the fortune to work with so many amazing people. So like the people in my team, um, without them, none of this would be possible. So I just got to give a huge shout out to everyone who I work with on a personal level. And I mean, my family on a personal, like inspired me personally to be a great person. My family has always empowered me. And there's a lot of people in my family who I look up to. But I have to also just say, like, God inspires me every day. God
Mm.
put me on a path. Like, I was definitely, I speak about it openly. I'm not trying to hide anything. I was on a wrong path for a very long time in my life, and I made a lot of mistakes. And fortunately, I've been blessed with the opportunity to right some of those wrongs, and to end up on a better path to inspire people. A lot of kids now are joining the Small Boss Army, and it's such a honor to be able to just, I guess, share with them my experiences, so hopefully that they don't have to make the same mistakes that I did, and they could just, always be themselves. Because for a long time I was trying to be anyone but myself, and that's unfortunate. And if there's one true message that I could share with the whole world, it would just be exactly who you are, um, because that's what's going to bring your life the most meaning and fulfillment, I believe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I love that message. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I am pop culture obsessed, and I mean, as you know, um, and, I go in stages of shows that I can't stop watching. what show are you currently obsessed with?
It's a great question. I I feel like I go in and out. Like once I'm kind of like you in the same way where once I get hooked on something, I'm hooked on it and I can't stop watching it. And I feel like sometimes there's lulls in content for me. Um, I might be one of the world's largest YouTube content consumers of all time. So I so when there's times where I'm not watching TV shows, I'm filling that void and I'm watching a lot of YouTube shows. The Barstool Sports Network is something that I watch constantly. But in terms of TV shows, like I mean, Secession kind of ended a few months ago. That was one of I think maybe the best TV shows on TV in the last 5 years. I love that. Um, and I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I'm watching like right now. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think this might be one of those times because I'm drawing a blank. I am excited to watch the new season of Murders in the Building. Though,
Yeah, that is it's so good.
have you started the new season?
Yeah, I
Okay,
have.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Sometimes I like
Yeah.
to just kind of
Mm.
when it's like a weekly release schedule. Sometimes I kind of just like to wait until it's out and I can just binge it. That's kind of my
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impatient though, so like I don't want to wait till all episodes are out.
I feel you. I
Yeah.
it's a hard thing for me to wait, but like luckily right now I've been so busy with therapy and just like interacting with the Small Boss Army and all of the new people that are coming in contact with my music that I've had a very busy schedule, so it's been a little easier for me to be patient.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm right now I'm like going between shows because I'm watching the final season of the High School Musical series on Disney Plus and
Okay.
watching that slowly because I don't want it to end. Um, so and then I'm watching Grimm and I'm watching the Tomorrow People.
Oh, I haven't heard of the Tomorrow People. Where is that?
Yeah. I it's on Tubi.
Okay.
Yeah, it was originally on the CW.
Okay.
It was I just recently found it. And it was on for one season and
Oh,
I
I think
think
you might have told me about this. Did you tell me
yeah,
about this?
yeah.
That is my one biggest pet peeve in terms of TV shows. Like when it's only one season, that kills me because
Yeah,
it's like did you watch Freaks and Geeks?
I did. I love that
That
show.
like scarred me from one season
Yeah,
cancellations because like one of the greatest shows of all time that
yeah,
got canceled after one season. So it's like
yeah.
it still stings.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I hate when shows are end after one season and especially when they don't know their ending so it doesn't like wrap up any story.
Yeah, we're talking to you, Netflix. Renew those shows. Let's pay the writers and get this Hollywood back into action. Let's go. We
Yeah.
need our shows. We need our
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. um so what motivates you every day?
So another excellent question. I gotta throw it up to God again. God motivates me every day just to be the best because, like I said, like I don't know. There was a point in time where I was doing so many wrong things that I feel like just to be able to have this opportunity is a blessing to be able to be. I feel like I have a second chance of doing the right thing to make the right choice, and that is something I don't intend to waste. I don't think everyone gets that opportunity. I think that I could have very easily just not be in this position. I could be somewhere not pleasant at all. So I think that the fact that I'm here, the fact that I have the opportunity to speak to people like you and great people in this world and reach young kids and people of all ages, and that the fact that they're excited about my music and they want to hear what I have to say, and then the fact that I'm instead of giving them uh, a, any other message, I'm giving them a purely positive message. There's a lot of things I look around in media, online, on in the music, on TV. in movies that's not positive. I feel like it's an overwhelmingly lopsided ratio. And the fact that I'm here and I'm in this position to spread positivity and love and light with the world, it excites me every day when I wake up. Like, let's go, let's get after it, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Is there a song of yours that is your favorite?
I mean, therapy has my heart right now because it's just like it's fresh, it's new, it means so much to me and to so many other people. But if if anyone watching comes to my TikTok lives, I play a lot of unreleased music there, basically an hour's worth of unreleased music every day. I know that you know that. And there's a lot of songs that you can't find anywhere else. And I think I'm excited for a lot of those on the set list. And I'm excited to start sharing those with the world. I think I have probably like 2 albums worth of unreleased music right now. And it's all positive. It's all very, very, very upbeat and uplifting. And so I think that, yeah, therapy is my favorite right now, but I think that the next one will very easily become my favorite as they continue to release because they all truly mean something to me.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I last time I was in LA, and I had dinner with some friends, and we started talking about OCD, and I told them about, because I had just found therapy. I told them about therapy, and so then I played it for them, and they loved it, and
That
so
makes me so happy.
yeah.
I love to hear that. And like people are asking me every day, when's the release date? It's coming so soon.
Yeah.
We have more exciting announcements coming like this week, so stay tuned. It's things are happening. Things are happening, and therapy's coming, and a whole bunch of small boss positivity is coming into the world very soon.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you're excited.
Yeah. Um, so if you had a warning label, what would yours say?
Hmm. It's a I've been through a lot, like I've been saying throughout this interview, and hmm, so there's a lot that it could say, I guess. But where I'm at now in my life, I guess the thing that it would say the most is like I don't even know how to articulate this exactly in a warning label phrasing, but I feel like the idea of it would be like just like negative people beware because like that just doesn't work for me. And if you're negative around me, not that I'm going to do something bad to you, but I feel like I'm going to be so overwhelmingly positive that it's just
Yeah.
not going to you're not going to feel as negative by the time that you're done talking to me. I think that people have tried to maintain their negativity while talking to me, and it is maybe I don't believe that anything is impossible. That might be the only impossible thing because I am unwaveringly positive. So like there's no amount of negativity that can crack me. And there's no amount of negativity that my positivity can't crack. I guess that's kind of the idea that I'm trying to get at is if you are around me and you don't have the right intentions, prepare for that to change.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, my mom is a very positive person, and so like I have always tried to be like her, and with that and in more ways than one. Like she and my sister are my role models, and so she is so positive, and so I have really tried to be like just really positive, and not when somebody is super negative. Like I know a couple people who like never see the positive in anything, only choose to see the negative, and I don't like spending a lot of time with them because I don't with those people because I don't like the feeling like there's a cloud over your head at all times.
Well, I'm sure your mom will be very proud of you for that, and it sounds like um, she taught you well because that's true. Like you got to protect your energy, and the glass is always half full. You just have to,
Yeah.
you have to accept the fact that it is always half full. Like I know that it sounds cliche, but a lot of it is up here and it's in here, and
Yeah.
we all have a choice to make. We all have a choice to make every day.
Yeah.
You never have to choose to be negative.
Yeah.
It's truthfully um, all within your own power. Some people feel like you hear things like the world is against you. The world is not against you. The
Yeah.
world is not trying to break you down. The world is trying to build you up. The world is for you. You have to be um a positive force because like positive currents will move forward in this world. And I feel like if you're being negative, you have negative energy, that is what is actually stopping you.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a force field and it just repels negative energy. So if you have negative energy, you're gonna bounce off. But if you have positive energy, you're gonna flow right through. And I think that that's really what it is. It's about making the choice to be positive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know a few years ago there was something that happened that I was like, I'm gonna move past this, but like I need to kind of feel everything first. Uh,
Right.
and so I went through a couple days of just kind of feeling like this heaviness of all these emotions. And then
Right.
after a couple days, I woke up and I was like, I'm sick of feeling this way. Like, there's nothing I can do about this to change it.
Right.
I'm not gonna like stay here. I in this space.
Right. Yeah, you just got to choose to like take everything that comes your way with a smile and try your best to make a positive out of everything that life throws at you because like um from my experience at least, like even if you feel like you're unsure or you're uncertain what this next challenge, this next test might be, um I feel like that's what it is. It's kind of a test. Can you maintain your positivity? If you do, in my experience, the outcome is largely positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Um So, is there a song, either of yours or someone else's, that always brings a tear to your eye?
Hmm. A tear to my eye.
Mm.
Huh. You know, I'm trying to think about like, yeah, there's I'll Be Missing You by Diddy.
I I think so.
It's a remix of I'll Be Watching You by Sting, but it's like a hip
Oh,
hop
yeah,
version.
yeah.
And yeah,
I don't
and
think I've heard that version, but I know the original.
yeah. But I've lost 7 friends since I graduated high school that all went to high school with me. Um so I was introduced to that song when my first of them passed away, and that song it just always brings back those memories to me, so that will always get me very emotional. Just because I love my boys and I even talk about it in therapy. Like there's not a day goes by that I don't think about them.
Yeah. Well, I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. It's God has a plan. Sometimes it's hard for us to understand it, but I know that it's all part of the plan.
Mm. So what genre of movie would your life story be told as?
What genre of movie would my life?
Yeah. Mm,
I think it would probably be categorized as a drama. I feel like that's a broad spectrum
mm,
of movie.
mm.
Um, I guess it would be cool. Everyone would probably want to say, "Oh, my life would be like an action movie," but it would probably be a drama. It would have some maybe some action forward scenes, but it would probably be a drama.
Mm. Um, yeah, for me, one of my favorite genres of movies is rom-coms. So
Okay.
I'd want I'd want to figure out some way that my life could be told as a rom-com, even the not so great parts. Like I
I think everyone could find their own rom com in life. I think that is possible. I think that's possible. Um, yeah, maybe. There could be elements of. I think that if you condensed all of your life into one movie, there would probably be comedic elements and action elements and thriller elements and drama elements and romantic comedy elements.
Yeah.
Um, there might be a little bit of everything. It might be a whole new genre in and of itself.
Yeah. Um, so, um, I love inspiring or motivational quotes. And this week, my favorite quotation is by Audrey Hepburn, and
Okay,
it's nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible.
I love that.
Um, yeah. Is there a quotation that inspires you?
There's so many. There's literally so many that it's even hard to just pick one. Like again, like it's kind of the same thing with the song. I'm someone who literally throws out quotes all day, every day. Um,
Mm.
One that I try to live by is like for me something super important. Um, you rise by lifting others is kind of my mantra. You rise by lifting others. There's another one every day in every way. I'm getting better and better. Um, I'm just, I don't know. I just try to there's a lot there's a lot of quotes, there's a lot of books that I've read. It's hard to pinpoint just one because there's so many, but I think that there is a story that I often think about a group of um ancient I think it was ancient Greek soldiers who were going to battle, and they sailed from their home to the other land to the other island where they were going to battle, and they got off their boats and the commander ordered them to burn their boats, to burn all of them, so they had no way back unless they could not retreat. The only way was forward. They either won or they died. And I felt like that is kind of also my mentality, is like there's no backing down, there's no ride home. It's either you go forward or you don't go at all. And that's kind of how I look at life.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's also like just a bunch of not really inspiring quotes, but like just moments from uh like just some of my favorite um shows that just like whenever I need a laugh, like my brain just plays them on a
Right.
loop in my head. So like then when I try to think of things that um like it's so easy to find quotes that like are inspiring and motivational, and then even ones that aren't really any of those but have helped me with through things.
Right. Yeah, I think of so many, like I don't know. I just know so many. I think
Y-
Ben Franklin said, "The minute you think you know everything, you know nothing at all." Things like that. Like when you stop learning, you start dying. Things like that. I don't know. I kind of just try to live my life. I don't act. There's like I said, there was a time in my life where I was on the wrong path. There was a time where I thought that I did know everything. There was a time, and I realize now that I knew nothing exactly. I just try to always recognize that I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress, and I just like that quote says, I just try to be better than I was yesterday, and every day, and every way, I'm getting better and better.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Um, well, thank you so much. It has been so much fun talking with you, and I really appreciate you taking the time and joining me. And yeah, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Maya. I'm so honored that you asked me to be a guest on your new show. I'm so excited for this new chapter. I've been following your journey. as you know, and I'm proud of you and I'm excited for you. And I'm, like I said, I'm honored to be a guest. So thank you so much for having me. And it's been so much fun talking with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. Yeah, so I hope you have a great day. And yeah, that's a wrap on today's edition of The Latest with Maya.
Have the most best day, the most blessed day, guys.
Bye.